Well, hello fisher people. Back on the scene. So I've been out of making videos for about 5 months actually. Sold my house in November last year in town, Auckland City, and finally got out of the place, and everything just fell into place for me, and I managed to pick up a place by the water, Stanmore Bay, so where I can get close to my fishing and surfing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to being here, but it's taken a lot of work. It's 1975 original, just needs so much work. All the garden was all overgrown, and I've had to plant all sorts of new lawn and cull trees. I've had truckloads of vegetation go out of here and out the back and out the front. It was all overgrown, and now I'm waiting for consent for inside. I got to retrofit all the insulation, and so yeah, it's a big job going on, probably 5 years in total or something, but that's all right, and hopefully I'll start getting a bit of fishing going now. And we're going to go out today, and it's a lovely day, as you can see, into the Hauraki Bay, and we might look around there, or we'll just go out a bit further where we normally go and check out what's happening. But I see birds going along the frontier backwards and forwards from Hauraki out to Manly or Turi pretty well every day actually, and they seem to be just anchovies getting hammered by kahawai, but there'll be snapper around there too, so we'll check that out a bit. I've got to get to know the new bay, and then yeah, hopefully I'll get a little bit more going. I've got to launch with a tractor now down at Stanmore Bay, so that's the whole deal too, so we can do that as well, show how that's all done. Got old tractors, but yeah, we're looking forward to a good day, so we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we score a few fish. Keep you in touch. Okay, well, we've just launched the boat. We've got to use a tractor these days from the beach at Stanmore Bay, and I see these birds working all the time out of front of my place. So we've only just left the shore, and we're just going to check out what's under these, because I'm going to get to find out what it is. Definitely kahawai on the surface chasing anchovies. And they move quite quickly, but there's quite a bit of sign on the bottom even, so we're just going to move around a little bit and see how we go here. Hey, Mark's got a snapper. So we were finding little snapper underneath these workups. What size is he? Is he long enough?
Under.
He's under 28 or something, 29. I've had a couple of small ones, so that seems to be what's out here at the moment anyway, in the Hauraki Bay, but we'll just try for a little bit more. It's just such a beautiful day, and then we'll head out wide, I think, and give that a go. But we've got birds around, as you can see. There's birds working ahead of us here, quite a few, and the sound has got quite a bit of sign on it. Well, we've got birds coming here, and I've actually got a better snapper at the moment. So we've got shearwaters here all over the water, and there's definitely kahawai around, and I've seen a couple of little rat kingies, but what we've got is little snapper. Little tiny snapper.
You're going to put them away?
Oh yeah, so we're going to get these guys back. Oh, something a bit better. Might be one of those little tiny rat kingies. They were very small. Well, it feels like a snapper. Definitely a snapper, I think. It's got the old head shakes like a snapper. Yeah, it's a snapper. And maybe there's some edible ones here. Yeah, he's a good fish.
Good size, John.
He's a good fish. Wow.
Good one.
Net, please, Mark.
Oh, he's fucking net.
That's on the old Lumo flea. About 30 gram. That's a very good table fish.
Well done, John.
Excellent.
Wow, what a great snapper.
Yes, very good. He's a good fish. Very good fish for eating, really good size.
Yeah.
About 39, something like that.
Right.
Very good. Well, we've gone out wide again, we're halfway there, and Mark's popped his line, didn't even get to the bottom. He's popped a fish. What have you popped there, Mark? What's he look like? Ah, he's coming up, he's giving up now, is he?
Yeah. Probably like a bloody snap.
Must be a snapper then. Must be. Here he comes. Oh yeah, it is a snapper. Oh, he's not that big.
Not that big.
He might be legal. Let's see. Up, up, got him, lost him. Oh, no, he's come back.
Can you come back?
Yep, and he's having another go. He's a good fish. Whoa. So we've just stopped. We haven't gone quite far as we were going to yet, because there's just a few gannet lazily sitting around on the water.
Right. You go on the bottom, or are you sort of
Yeah, I was on the bottom. This is a better fish. He's wanting to stay down. Mark had a bite, but I think he got off.
we're in a good spot?
So there's a bit of life around here. The sound is showing a little bit of... This is not feeling much like a snapper at this stage. More like a determined kahawai, but let's see if we get some head knocks. He's just giving me constant... Apparently there are quite a few rat kingies around, and they are causing a bit of mayhem with these light setups. So I'm not getting any head shakes yet. So I'm not quite sure what this is. It's more of a dead weight. Could be a kahawai. We'll see what happens.
What is he?
I think it's a trevally.
What colour?
That's why he's pulling quite a lot. Trevally, yeah. It is a trevally.
Okay.
Choice bait. I'll need the net, Mark. Yeah, a little trev. A little trev. Good size trev. He's not big, but he's a good size. They certainly put up some fight, these guys. That's on the Lumo.
He's
And Mark has a good fish.
oh yeah.
All right, so I will
He's taken off with it.
get my fish in myself. Okay, here's my trolley. And Mark's might be a trev too, mate. They're usually in schools. Is he taking any line? Just pulling.
He's taking a bit of line.
Is your ratchet off?
No, it's
I
not.
didn't hear your ratchet. Now I can see him.
Here he comes.
What is it? It's a snapper. Yeah, it's a good fish. Good snapper. Whoa, yummy, mate. Whoa, that's what we want. Man, he's a good fish. No wonder he was putting up a bit of a fight. Yay! Good one. What a winner. Whoa, 45, 46. Good fish.
He's a good
Man, fantastic. He's a goodie. Good old circle hook, size 7, and a prawn. Went for the food. He wasn't fooled, eh, with the lures.
How's that?
Come on, Mark. Excellent.
We've got a meal each, John.
Yeah, it's Coromandel over there. We've got enough food now to eat, so that's cool. Mark's on again. That's good. And he looks like a good fish.
It is.
Yeah, good. Might be his brother. One of his 1,000 brothers. Mark and I are both hooked up at the moment, so we're busy. You near the surface yet? No. There's a little bit of a roller coming in today. It's not much from the east, but it makes a little bit banging going out, but only losing about 2 or 3 k's speed. But I'm sure it'll be calmer as the day goes on. And there goes Mark with another snapper. Good eating snapper. Looks like he's gobbed it, doesn't he? Good eating snapper. Wow. Yeah. Excellent. Oh well, we gotta clean the bin. I gotta bring my fish in. Yep, here's my fish. I think he's legal, but he's not big. Look at that.
Yeah.
From not much to a tray full of beauties.
We're getting a bountiful.
Very good. This is a totally different rod to use, eh? It's quite different. It's very bendy, and it disguises the size of the fish. It's a bit hard to tell what size the fish is. It's so soft. It takes so much power out of the fish that it's quite hard to tell.
Yeah.
The rod just bends and sort of absorbs all the...
Goes with it, yeah.
So we'll see what we have, but it definitely feels like a snapper. But it's got such a different action, this rod and reel setup. It's actually quite good for playing bigger fish because it absorbs those real head knocks, head shakes. Line's starting to rise, which is always a sign that fish is coming near the surface. A lot of bubbles going out. And what is it? It is a snapper, and it's a good fish.
Oh, nice sized fish, John.
Yeah, he's a good fish.
Behind you. Behind you. On the...
I got it. Yeah, he's a good fish.
He's a beautiful one.
Very good size. Table
Well
fish.
done, John. Whoa.
Oh my golly, we're going to have to...
Brother of my one.
not quite. But we're going to have to empty that bin. I'm going to empty the bin. I'll throw the line over and empty the bin. And mark's on straight away. I think I'm going to put a mark on the map. Very good, Mark. He's good, is he? I better clear the decks here.
Oh, those are beautiful. Look at fighting away. Whoa.
Let him go if he wants to. Don't be too hard, in case he's only lip hooked or something. Well, these must have been the fish that were here yesterday.
Yeah.
And good old Mr. Gannett told us where they were.
Good size one, this one. There's yours, I think.
I'm going to let this little guy go. I think he's legal, but... Yeah, he's legal, but I'm going to let him go. You're going to need the map, aren't you? I mean, the, the net. Okay, I'm here for you, Mark. Yeah, it's a snapper, all right, a big boy, I think. Isn't it, the way he's bobbing?
Yeah.
Give him the old bob.
Yeah. Uncle Bob.
Come to me, Uncle Bob. So, there's a patch of fish here, eh? Middle of nowhere. Got to put a mark on my sounder. Taking your time, Mark. Is that big, was he?
Yeah.
These fish. God, he's going to go in there with that lot. And then had time to sort it out.
Oh, look at him go.
Whoa, ho, ho! There he is. Ho, ho, ho. Just take him easy. Just let him. Oh, he's still got plenty of go in him. Oopsie, he tried to get under the net. Oh my God. Fantastic. Whoa, whoa.
Steady, steady. Hey, sit.
Steady boy, steady boy.
Steady.
Oh man. Oh, look at that fish. What a fish. God, he's a good one.
Take this off here.
Oh, he's over 50, isn't he? 50 something.
Jesus, John. You're doing well.
He's going well.
Very well.
We haven't been out for so long.
Yeah.
It's a good rebirth, which is nice.
That's great.
Okay, so we got to sort out. You're keeping him, I suppose. You're keeping him, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll organise that bin and clear it out.
Yeah.
I was being lazy and just leaving my knife jig micro jig out the back, trundling along, but I thought, well, I'll do it properly. So you just throw it ahead of your drift, get to the bottom, and then you start working it on its way back to the boat. And straight away, picked up a snapper. He's not a big boy, he's a little feisty one. So yeah, you just do the technique right, and then lo and behold, you pick up a fish. There he comes, just a little boy. Yeah, he's going to go back. So this is the little orange jelly baby that I'm using. Big hooks on it, and that's my slider, which has got a bit of red marker on it. Makes it look a bit interesting. Orange on the bottom. It's quite a good combo, that. And that's a 40-pound leader, so it's nice and strong. We just repositioned, we went back on our drift line to where I'd put a mark and we caught a fish. And we're just checking out to see whether the fish are still around here. And I've just put my line down and picked up a fish straight away. He's not one of the big ones like before, but there's a snapper. I think he's probably just maybe a keeper. So the fish are still here, so we'll just see how we go here. One beautiful day today. This little barrier in the distance, and there's a couple of 3 boats or 4 boats out to the right of that, way in the distance, and I'd say they are on some sort of workup. It could be Horn Rock, so it's a while away. We're probably not going to go there. We'll just stay here a little bit prospecting, and then we might head on our way back in and fish Whangaparoa. Belly of it. Oops, there's my line. It's got oh, that was a good take. He come back? Yes, he has. Okay. Is he on? Yes, I believe he is. So we'll see what we have. I'd say it's he's not bobbing, but he's running and stopping and going like a snapper. So I think that's what he is. Let's see. I have a fish taking this line away. I couldn't get onto him. I had to get the other fish in, but let's hope he stays on.
You okay? Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah. It's got a bit of boogie, this one. Just to give him a bit more tension, I think. It's very hard to tell how it's going when you don't have the ratchet on, you know?
Yeah.
It tells you what's going on. So all of a sudden I've caught 2 fish on the jelly baby. And it hadn't been going that well, and I was concerned as to why it wasn't.
Working, yeah. Yeah, I've got
And how it's going.
all I
Yeah,
have to say about that.
it's a good snapper. So we've got a good fish again. So we're just drifting now. We're drifting into new territory, and why not? We're still catching fish, so we just keep drifting. It's very pleasant. No point going any further out, burning any more gas. Burned enough. And we've got enough fish anyway. This rod is so much given the tip. It's great for these bigger fish. Just absorbs that big head shake. Surprising, you can catch a fish that turns up can be quite big and just doesn't felt like it at all. This is a good fish. He's got that real big head pull. That's the right rod to catch this guy.
Good
Oopsie, I've got another one over there too. That rod is tinkering away. It's going to go in a minute. Did you get your line over, Mark? I got 2 fish on.
I know.
And that fish is, he's giving it a good pull too. Oh boy. Oh, this is going to take a little while, this guy. I can tell. You can just tell the weight that they've got on them.
Yeah.
When they nod their head, there's a lot more grunt behind it. Okay, here we go. I can see colour.
Whoa, look at the size of that.
It's a big snap.
Woo.
Oh, look at his tail. The water going on out there. Oh, bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's the biggie of the day.
He is, isn't he?
Oh my God.
He's a monster. Hang
Holy
on.
God.
That is
Okay.
one hell of a fish.
He's tangled up with my other line too, I think. Yeah, he is.
He's got your net behind you.
Oh, no wonder he had some
Or you
pull.
need a hand.
Yeah, if you net him for me, Mark. I've got the other line. Whoa, he's still got a bit of fight in him.
Where is he? Jesus, he's heavy. Oh, boy. That's heavy fish, John. Heavy, heavy, heavy. He's a monster, John.
Didn't know he was that big.
You're going to have to sort that out.
Yep, I'll sort that out. Oh, look at that. He's only... Did he come off the line? He's just caught in his finger. It's all come out.
Woo.
Wow.
What a monster. Jeez, John. That has to be the king one of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What is he? He's 50. Oh, he's almost 60. Almost 60.
Yeah.
He's not 60 though. He's close.
Wow.
Good fish. We haven't had one of those for a while.
How incredible. Is he going back?
He's going to go back. Yep.
Get on there.
I'll get him back as soon as I can, I think.
Wow, what a big fish.
Ooh.
You got a video of it, I hope.
Yeah, coming in.
Get one while he's there.
So yeah, he's around the... What is he?
55.
No,
58.
he's 58 probably. It's a good sized fish. Okay.
Oh, gee.
Now, can I let him go?
Hey, John.
Woof. And he's gone. Down he goes. Woo! He didn't muck around. They wriggle out of your hands and they're gone.
Amazing, eh? Survival.
Whoa!
That was
Oh,
a good one, John. That was good.
yeah, that was cool. Now to untangle my line.
Look at this bird down here.
Fish was just went to pull my line up and he just had the lure in his mouth, obviously. Sitting there. Now he's hooked. Silly boy. He's going to be a keeper too. That's for sure. So we're picking up a good fish every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I suppose. In between we get a little one. Suddenly there's a few fish around. I've got a fish that's definitely going to be a keeper, I think. And Mark has a fish, and his is a keeper. Yeah, it's a keeper. Just a keeper, eh? He's 33 something. Is that how long he is? 32?
Yeah, 31, 32, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he stops it so he can stay.
He stays on board. Mine is definitely a more powerful fish than I've had for a bit. Just when we thought it was going a bit quiet, there's still fish around. They're definitely so much, when they're a bigger fish, they just got that. When they pull down, you just got to let them go down. Otherwise you'll break something, you know. He's not a monster, but he's a good fish. Just play him, bring him up slowly. I got really light little sharp hooks on this lure. I put them on myself and they're a bit finer and sharper than the normal ones you get on the weasel. We haven't seen any workups anywhere. Only a few gannets flying here and there, sitting on the water more often than not. Can I see any colour? Yes, I see colour. So I'm just keeping the he's doing the circles, so he's got a lot of drag on him, unfortunately, so he won't be as big as he feels. He must be a keeper. Ah, yep, he's a keeper. He's an okay fish. Oops, and I've got one on that line now too, I think. Definitely a keeper.
Wow, that's a good fish, John.
35 or something. Yeah, Mark and I are both hooked up again. We're going to leave this spot in a minute. Just going to head in early. We've got enough fish, so we'll head in early and just try a couple of spots here and there if we come across them. If something happens, we might try a little bit more in Whangaparaoa Bay. Got a fish biting that line as well, so 3 fish at the moment paying us attention. Oh, he's on. Yep. Stay on there, mate. Oopsie. I'm playing 2 rods at the same time, so if I keep a bit of tension on, it'll keep that guy happy. Feel like you're not being left alone.
Is that John?
Hey? You have a go again. I got two fish to pull in, so.
Okay.
Oh, look at that rod! It's just doubling over. Oh, boy. Are you still there, mate? Yep, he's still there. He's resting at the moment. What's this guy doing? Oh, he's only a little. Whoa! It's bending that rod. This guy's a little tiny squirt. I'll leave him while I tend to this one. So I think this is bigger. Whoa, that rod's taking off. It's the last play of the dice. Coromandel over there. It's going to be a good fish. We are heading off, so little bear in the background. Well, we headed into shore, and just inside the cable zones, actually outside of Whangaparaoa Bay, there was a little workup going on with actually with dolphins and gannets. So there was one launch there, so we pulled over, not too close of course, just gradually idled up just on the outside. I think it was basically over. We might have slowed it down a bit, so I just threw a lure out pretty close to where they were. The dolphins started to go away, and it doesn't take long before you can get a hookup, because in those sort of conditions, you know there's fish down there. It was a bit showing on the sounder, and pretty well straight away you're going to hook up once your lure gets halfway down or at the bottom. So we spent a bit of time here catching a few fish. Mark was still catching them on prawns as well, and they were quite good fish. I think they were all around about 35 to 40. We only needed about 1 or 2 more to do our quota. Here I am fishing with a bruised banana in chinku. I haven't used that for a long time. Really good in workup situation. Worked no trouble at all. I just put it out there just to give it a go. But we're obviously going to, we're just having a bit of fun. It's a bit shallower here, so we'll probably throw them back, just see which one we're going to keep. So it was a good time. And the birds basically flew away, the dolphins took off, but the fish are still around, you know, they hang around. You can even arrive there just after a workup's finished. So here we go, throw a few back. We'll just keep the one probably. It was probably the slightly larger of all the rest. Then I was pulling my line and I had a little snapper on, and then all of a sudden it just went down, and you can see the ratchet going for a bit of a run here. I lost my audio. It would have been nice to have the screaming reel. So I thought a shark had been sharked, but it just seemed to go straight down. It didn't take off, and pretty heavy weight. So I thought, well, after about 2 or 3 minutes, I thought, nah, it's a kingfish. So there must be a few kingies hanging around that workup. So then, of course, we were trying to get in early, but this sort of thing can slow you up on light gear. So I just had to work away and just see how big this fish was. I've only got 6 kg line on this setup, so you got to be very careful. All your knots get tested, your line gets tested. If you've got any sort of fault in your gear, you're going to lose it. I often put my finger just on the braid a bit to just give it a little bit more friction, and you can actually sort of feel the power of it. You know how far you can take it. Sometimes you put a little bit more tension on your reel because you don't want a big fish to just take all your line away. So I'm sort of holding on to it and pulling up as much as I can think I can get away with, and then wind down and then pull again. If he decides to have another run, you just let it go because you don't want to burn your fingers. You're not putting it over your fingers, you're just running it through them, so you can just let it go easily. But he's jigging around a bit, he didn't like it. So he's obviously, I thought I must have had a mackerel or a carway on, and he's attacked that. But we'll wait and see, I guess, find out what it is that he had. And I'm just checking the tension each time, I'm tightening it a little bit, feeling like okay, I can just go a little bit more, because with a big fish, you actually got to get them in. You don't want them just sitting down there, and you'll be hours with them. So you got to get a little bit of hurt on, but it's hard with this light gear, so you just go to the max, and it bends the heck out of everything, stresses all your knots. So generally after this, you would, retie, get a new leader, retie everything. And of course I want to get my lure back. I don't want this kingfish to take my lure. So we were up to half an hour of fishing this fish, and delaying our getting home time. Gradually I was starting to win the battle, just hanging onto the line and pulling him up slowly, and if he goes away you just let him go, and then you attack him again. So you're gradually tiring him out. If he just went for a big blistering run, he could just take all my line and bust it off, but you sort of hoodwink him into thinking that it's not too bad, and then by the end of it he thinks, oh god, I'm too tired now to do anything drastic. And you can pull them in, but it is a real test for your gear and your patience. And you can see how I'm just levering him up and putting a little bit more tension on the line, so I can stop if I feel like he's resisting too much. So gradually we're hauling him up, and hopefully going to see, we know what it is, it's a kingfish for sure. And the idea is just to try and save my lure, I guess, and just the joy of bringing a big fish in, knowing that he's a big one, and seeing how you go. It's a real test for your fishing technique, and just that delicate balance of how much can you put on this fish with this gear, and get him up in the end. So yeah, it was quite a long journey. I'm recording this after the fact, so I know it took about 35-40 minutes. I'm using two arms because one arm's getting tired, so it's just a constant drag on it. And anyway, we must be getting close to it now. Golly. So this is, you can see that boat in the distance, he's drifted off, and we've just been playing this kingfish for about 35 minutes. And I think I can see a little bit of colour coming. Yes, we can. So get him close to the boat, you've got to be a bit careful there, they can go pretty crazy. But he's had about 4 or 5 runs down, and then I've had to haul him all the way back up again. But he's pretty pooped, I think. I saw one of his mates following him around just as he was coming into view, and they often do that. A couple of their mates they've been travelling with will follow them around. So he's come up, and he's a good fish, so I'm thinking that I'm going to gaff him maybe, just in case we can gaff him carefully, that is, in the mouth, so we can get him on board, and then we might be able to get the hook out of the lure. But actually it proves to be too difficult. He still keeps out of the way. So in the end we just grab the net and scoop him up, not to break the net of course, get him on board, and that was that really. He measured up. I didn't weigh him. We were going to keep him because of I have to get my lure out and it'll be down inside his stomach, and I want to know what he ate. But he was quite a fat boy, and he was all of 93. He was too long for that 75 centimetre. He was all of 93, so he was a good fish. And we took him home, when I cut him open, he had a little snapper in him, and my lure right down in his stomach. Head first, of course. That was the end of our day. It was a pretty good day for our first day back with the videos. So that was pretty well the end of our day after that kingfish. It was heading towards dark, so we just had to get going and get back home. So we were inside the cable zone somewhere around about here, I guess, and so we just made a beeline for home. It was nice and calm, so we got home pretty quickly, but it was getting on dark. We had to do the tractor thing and get home, but it was a great day in the end. One good kingfish and heaps of snaps, so there seemed to be a lot of fish out there at the time, so I'll be interested to go again. Maybe one of these trips we'll have a look around the Gulf, but for this one, yeah, it was a plus. A great day back. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.